Hey, so before the video starts, I just want to say that if my voice sounds a little off at certain portions in this video, and everything just seems kind of inconsistent with my voice, that is because I recorded different parts of this video at different times, and also not only that, but recently I also got sick, so that's fun. So yeah, anyway, enjoy the epic Halo Infinite video.
Huh?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Been a while, hasn't it? So, truth be told, this video was kind of made as a replacement for the original video that was actually planned to be made for the second channel, which was the full uncut interview I had with my good friend Spectral, which took up about a quarter of the runtime in my initial Halo Infinite video. I rewatched the interview in its entirety and ultimately decided not to publish the full version. Not because I lost the files or anything, but mainly because I don't think anyone would care. That, and I'm too lazy to edit full subtitles onto a conversation that was about as long as the entire Halo Infinite review itself. Speaking of which, by the time it finally released, we're already 4 weeks into Season 5 of Halo Infinite, basically making that video feel almost dead on arrival. And being that the narrative that I created in that video essentially ended at Season 4, and with Season 6 being upon the horizon, I thought now would be a good a time as ever to talk about what I think about Season 5 of Halo Infinite. So the first thing I want to talk about before anything else is this season bringing in the addition of cross-core helmets. I'd be lying if I said that this wasn't my top favorite new addition in this entire season. I know I made a big point in my initial Halo Infinite video about me not being all that into cosmetics, which is a little misleading. I'm into customization, I really am, but I just wasn't into the way that 343 made it so limiting back in the early days of Infinite. And cross-core armor customization was something that I was absolutely begging for since the game's release, so seeing it in the game now in some capacity is really nice. They even shadow dropped the addition of cross-core coatings for some of the armor coatings that released pre-Season 3, back when there was still a focus on specific coatings for specific cores. There's a little symbol here letting you know that a coating can be used across multiple cores. This is super cool, since I honestly wasn't expecting 343 to go back and give the Season 1 and 2 coatings the cross-core treatment. Now, it's important to note that not every single Season 1 and 2 armor coating is cross-core, as they're rolling out sets of coatings to become cross-core with every update. They even started to make coatings from the shop bundles that were originally available on one armor core and one core alone, cross-core compatible. Now, I can go on at length for the next 10 minutes about how the addition of cross-core coatings with all of the helmets being cross-core opens up customization in ways not ever thought possible. But the thing is, there's a caveat to all of this, because of course there is. If there wasn't, then it wouldn't be 343, now would it? So let's talk shop here. Pun intended. So there was a bit of controversy surrounding the shop at the beginning of this season, due to the fact that prices of the older bundles and even some of the more recent bundles seemed to be higher. When the Halo streamer Accelerate inquired about the shop prices this season, Sketch, the same community director who waited until the last second to announce the removal of the multiplayer story before Season 4's launch, yeah, that guy, He made what I can only describe as the most brain-dead, out-of-touch response he could have possibly made, citing that the addition of cross-core helmets raised the value of helmets, and that they're adding in cross-core shoulder armor in a future update, so they preemptively rose the prices of bundles that include either helmets or shoulder armor, even though cross-core shoulder armor isn't even in the game yet, essentially punishing the remaining player base for a problem that they created. Basically, this entire mini essay he wrote was just a corporate-friendly way of telling you that the shop prices are back up to where they were at launch, if not worse, and to just deal with it. But hey, at least he even acknowledges the backlash that he was going to get for even posting all of that. And before anyone comments, yes, I did buy the Mark V CE bundle. It was the only thing I've bought this entire season besides the Season 5 Battle Pass, and I gotta say, I feel disgusting for purchasing this. Not because it doesn't look good or anything, it looks great, but really? All of this is really valued at $22 dang dollars? Honestly, seeing 343 monetize the Halo CE armor in this way hurt me in a way that most of their monetization strategies never did. At least with all of the other overpriced trash in the shop, I don't have any childhood nostalgic value tied to them. But with the Mark V CE on the other hand, I mean, I don't know. I definitely felt like this was a predatory cash grab. But seriously, I'm still hung up on the $22 thing. Can we even call this shit microtransactions at this point when it's double the price of the MCC when it's on sale? It's literally an armor kit, so it isn't like you can customize it all that much. Just the coating and the visor, really. And the crazy thing is, I don't even see myself as the nostalgia or Bungie boomer type of Halo fan, but the Halo CE armor is literally the one exception to that rule. Not like they'll ever see this video. They're probably laughing to the bank with the amount of money they've made off of the Mark V CE bundle. Moving on, the three other big things that were included in Season 5 of Halo Infinite is the addition of an actual hero rank award, 2 new dev-made arena maps, and the addition of PVE Firefight. Now, of course, there was more that was added that I'm glossing over, like the addition of the repair field, but I'm only really going to be talking about the stuff that interested me. First things first, the hero rank award, which is an armor kit that's essentially Master Chief's armor from the Halo Infinite campaign. Like with the CE bundle, the only thing you can really customize is the armor coating and the visor, and maybe an equipable emblem if the game isn't bugging out.
Oh no!
Now personally, I don't have any of the hero rank rewards, being that I'm still at platinum rank as of making this video, and grinding to max rank is going to be a time commitment that I'm just not ready to make yet. Though from what I've heard, the grind to hero rank is significantly faster and easier than the grind to SR 152 from Halo 5. Which, speaking of, that's a grind that I'm still working on to this day. It's getting pretty hard, being that there's only like 30 people who play Halo 5 tops, but I'm getting off topic again. So the 2 new arena maps are Forbidden, which is another map with this Delta Halo vibe, and Prism, which takes place on a Blamite mine, which is what they use to make needler ammunition. But you probably already know that if you're watching this video. And basically it serves as the overall aesthetic for the first half of Season 5. Pre-winter contingency update anyway. I think Forbidden is an okay enough map. Though it feels super similar in size to a map like Launch Site, where it feels too big to be a 4v4 map, but too small to be a 12v12 big team battle map, but the perfect size for being a firefight map. Prism is another decent map in my opinion. I always get my ass handed to me whenever I get a match on this map, but at least it's not another ultra-symmetrical 3-lane type of experience. And lastly, I want to talk about PvE Firefight. what I would consider to be the flagship game mode for Season 5 of Halo Infinite. Now, the only game mode within Firefight is King of the Hill, where you and 3 other people face off against the Banished and capture each point on the map, and I gotta say, it's way more fun than I am making it sound. Sure, it doesn't have the same cool and glossy cutscenes and presentation that Halo 5's Firefight had, but what it does have is the addition of Forge maps, meaning that Firefight maps can be basically added into the map rotation at a faster pace than if it was, say, just only dev-made maps getting through, essentially making the entire experience feel more fresh than Halo 5's Firefight, where it felt like the same 6 to 7 maps on repeat, with prefabs and assets used across multiple maps to make all of the locations feel even less distinct and more samey. Yeah, I'm starting to remember why I stopped grinding Halo 5. But overall, yeah. My only complaint about Firefight in Halo Infinite is that some matches can last up to 20 to 21 minutes, which is fine if you're a no-life nerd like me, but I value super quick pick-up-and-play experiences like the Husky Raid game mode, because I'm not always going to have the time to invest into a single Firefight match. But then again, I'm 100% willing to admit that that's just a me problem before anything else. Overall, the shop prices and 343's 343-isms aside, Season 5 of Halo Infinite is definitely a step in the right direction, and I didn't even mention the addition of operations, which are like how events used to work, but you can now go in and grind and get the cosmetics from them even after the operation is over. The current operation pass that's out right now is Winter Contingency 3, which I've heard complaints about, but for what it's worth, it's the best Winter Contingency event that 343's ever done to date, even if the bar is set relatively low. I don't know. Sometimes when I support Halo Infinite and by proxy 343, I feel like I'm cheering for a turtle taking its first steps in a race against a rabbit and a cheetah, the rabbit and cheetah being other popular online multiplayer games like Fortnite and COD. And hey, after the sheer amount of 343 bashing that I did in my last video about Halo Infinite, it feels good to finally be able to have more positive things to say about Halo Infinite than negative. As of right now, I can confidently say that Halo Infinite is genuinely a good game, even if it took over 2 years to get to that point. And to quote myself from the last video, better late than never, I suppose. Look, my next video won't be about Halo Infinite, I promise. Sundree.